Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of your IGCSE Tutors. Today, I will be discussing this Cambridge IGCSE Economics Paper 2, Section A. So here are the questions. Question 1A. Calculate Tunisia's balance on the current account of its balance of payments. So first, we need to know the formula of the current account. So the general equation is balance of trade plus primary income plus secondary income. So balance of trade generally means exports minus imports. Okay, so the working is you take the negative 3 billion, which is here, and then you minus out the primary and secondary income balance, which is this. So you get negative 2.4 billion. Question B. Identify two qualities of a good tax that the Tunisian government aim to achieve. So it's more efficient and more economical. So for identify question, you can just write the answer. Keep your answer short so that you won't waste time. So to show you, the answer is here. Tax system more efficient and more economical. Question C. Explain one reason why the Tunisian government regulates the price of flour and milk. So there are two main points. So first one is that it can reduce the poverty, and the second one is that they can prevent the monopoly firm exploiting their market power. So when they say one reason, you just choose one, but I'll show you these two answers. So first one, government regulates the price of flour and milk to make these basic necessities more affordable for lower income groups so that absolute poverty can be reduced. Second answer, government regulates the price of flour and milk to prevent the monopoly firm exploiting their market power by charging high prices. This ensures necessities are at a reasonable and affordable price. Question D. Explain two ways the Tunisian government tried to reduce frictional unemployment. So there are two. First one, government increased labor market information available to workers and employers. And you can give an example. Having an official job-seeking platform allows both workers and employers to connect efficiently, reducing the time it takes for workers to find jobs. Next, the government did not raise unemployment benefits in line with inflation because this will incentivize workers to seek jobs as the purchasing power of unemployment benefit drops. So the second one basically means that unemployment benefits is not increasing with the inflation. So if today the unemployment benefits increase with inflation, the workers will not have any incentive to find jobs because they can just get the unemployment benefits, right? So they don't have to work. But if you don't increase this benefit, then they will have to find jobs, so that they can sustain their living and everyday expenses. Question E. Analyze the relationship between the change in Tunisia's average wage and inflation rate. So when you see this question, analyze the relationship, there are three steps you need to consider. First one, you need to state the relationship, whether it is direct or negative. And step two is to say the overall trend and changes. And you can also state the most or the least figure or data if there's any information about it. And step three is the reasons for the changes here. Okay, let's see a sample answer. First, change in Tunisia's average wage rate and inflation rate have a direct relationship. And you can explain what is direct relationship. As one factor increases, another increases as well. Okay, come to step two. Between 2014 to 2018, the change in average wage rate increased more rapidly than the inflation rate. However, between 2018 to 2020, the inflation rate was higher than the rise in average wage rate. 2020 had the lowest increase in the average wage, but not the lowest inflation rate. Okay, so all of this you can find in this graph. Okay, so this generally from here to here we say it's the change average rate is more than inflation rate, and then starting from 2018 to 2020, then it starts to change. So you can see the change, and then we say the least amount is here, where the change in average wage is the lowest for 2020. Okay, there are many answers you can write, but here are the most straightforward answer you can write. And then the step 3, reasons for the changes. In 2020, Tunisia's government passed a law for unemployed people for 10 years or more to be employed by the public sector. So we can say that the effect is that increases employment and more people have income to spend on goods and services, which leads to demand pull inflation. So this thing explain this statement. So it explains this statement from here and here. Okay, so when you see the reason, it's good to link to the article, but if you can't find the connection, then it's okay. You can think of one answer that you think it's suitable. Question F. Analyze using a demand and supply diagram how an increase in wage cost could affect the market for shoes. So when you see wage cost, you must immediately know that it affects the supply. It will increase in wage cost reduces supply. So we draw this curve. So we can see there's a leftwards shift. Alright, so actually by drawing this diagram, you already earned 4 marks, but with an you still have to write an explanation. So here, an increase in wage cost will increase the cost of production, so price increases and supply decreases, as can be shown in the diagram where the supply curve shifts left. Question G. Discuss whether or not the Tunisian government should continue to subsidize electricity production. So for this kind of question, you need to write both sides. You can either write 2 pro and 1 con. You can write 2 for cut. So for this kind of question, you can either write 2 points for and 1 point for against, or the other way round. So I'll just give you 4 points so that you can choose what to write. First, so why should the government continue to subsidize electricity? Firstly, subsidizing electricity can lower the cost of production of firms producing electricity. This gives them the incentive to increase supply of electricity, which lowers the prices for consumers. Okay, so the first one, talk about the cost of production of firms producing electricity. Second perspective, we can talk about other firms. So other firms also benefit from lower electricity, so enabling them to allocate these savings toward expanding production or hiring workers. This allows firms to produce more output, which increases the country's GDP and stimulates economic growth. So I give you an example. For example, the electricity cost every month is $2,000. But right now, it reduces to $1,000. So you have the extra $1,000. The firm can use this money saving to spend on workers' wages. So by hiring more workers to increase the output. So this is beneficial for these firms. Okay, so come to against part. Why should government not continue to subsidize electricity? First one, in the long term, if the government keeps subsidizing, this will incur opportunity costs in other sectors. For example, the government may allocate less money to fund healthcare, which may reduce people's access to healthcare and lower labor productivity. because when people they are sick, they can't go receive and access to healthcare, they are not fit to work. So this lower the labor productivity. Second reason is that firms may also become over rely on subsidies. So this discourages innovation and efficiency in electricity production. Okay, last question. Discuss whether or not a rise in the value of the Tunisian dinar would benefit the Tunisian economy. First point, that it is beneficial is that a rise in the value of Tunisian dinar makes imports cheaper. So this will increase the purchasing power of local consumers, as they can buy imported goods at a lower price, which reduces inflationary pressure. Next, strong currency attracts MNCs. MNCs is multinational corporation, as local consumers have higher purchasing power, which can boost demand for goods and services. Okay, so basically MNCs set up in Tunisia, and the local consumers can buy the goods they produce. So obviously they want to set up here. Okay, and not beneficial is that stronger currency rise is not beneficial, as exports are more expensive. Okay, this reduces export demand and international competitiveness, which increases current account deficit. So, an export-dependent industry may face reduced revenue, leading to lower employment and economic activity in these sectors. So, when you see a rise in value, there's two things to talk about. First one is import cheaper, second is export more expensive. And the other 2 points you can extend from these points. So here's the end of our episode. Hope this video helps you to tackle all these exam questions. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. I will see you in the next video.